Hi there, in this video I'm going to talk about the overall environmental situation in the United Kingdom. As you can see, the United Kingdom is located on an island, so how does the geography affect the environment? And what kind of history England has also affects its environment? Here we're going to find out. Let's go! First of all, I'm going to tell you the air pollution situation in the United Kingdom. Air pollution in the UK has been a recognized problem as far back in the 13th century, when the use of coal in London was prohibited on the ground that it was harmful to health. During the Industrial Revolution, smog pollution in urban areas became a significant problem. Due to the industrial and domestic burning of coal, today both urban and rural smog pollution results from the build-up of secondary photochemical pollutants such as ozone. Whilst air quality generally has improved during the last 100 years, legislative controls and the introduction of further low emission technology will help to reduce air pollution in the UK still further. The air in UK, it's foggy in most of the places in England, especially the capital city London. But there are also some really clean places like Plymouth and Cardiff. Anyway, London is known as a romantic city because it looks very fuzzy all the time. But it's not the fog that makes everything blurry, but it's because of a big amount of smoke coming from the industry. Hello, my name is Richard. I'm from England and I'm a mine worker. Today, I'm going to introduce you a little bit about the history of the UK's coal mining. During the 19th century, Britain used to have many coal and iron mines and had the natural resources to make textiles, steels, and ships. Today, coal and textiles can be produced much more cheaply in other countries, and so many of the British factories and mines have shut down. However, Britain has large deposits of coal mined for more than 300 years. For most of the 19th century and 20th centuries, coal was Britain's richest natural resources, meeting most of the nation's requirement for energy. In 1970, Great Britain was the third largest producer of coal, but coal production has declined rapidly since then. In 2000, only 35 million tons of coal was produced compared to 145 million in 1970. Areas like South Wales, Central Scotland, the north of England and London were the most important industrial centers. As I mentioned before, since many of the coal mining industries has been shut down, therefore the air in the United Kingdom is getting better than before. Okay, thanks very much to Richard for the introduction on the history of coal mining. Now we are going to see what are the environmental capitals of the United Kingdom. Here we have Plymouth as our number one most unpolluted city as always. Now let's take another look at the second most unpolluted city, Bradford. This is a city unlike Plymouth, which is always the cleanest place in England. Bradford has worked their way through to improve their environment. Now let's directly go to Bradford and hear what the people in Bradford says. Let's go!
If you talk about Bradford away from the region, if you talk about Bradford in London, or they look a little bit amazed and think, oh, Bradford. But if you describe what Bradford's really like, it's 60% rural. It's got the trees, we've got the fields, but we've also got the historical remains of the industry, and that's Lister's Mill. And Lister's Mill was at the point of becoming derelict, and now Lister's Mill's actually home for a lot of people. I don't know how many have moved in yet, but you're talking about high quality luxury flats there. We've had to think in terms of improving the gateways, the roads into Bradford. So we've done a lot of tree planting on the side of the roads. We've had to put a lot of money into street cleaning, because there's nothing impacts so much on anyone as much as litter.
We're standing at the entrance to Eschalt wastewater treatment works in Bradford. Eschalt is undergoing massive investment. We're spending £70 million here to improve the quality of our discharges to the River Aire. And as you can see, the River Aire is one of Yorkshire's premier rivers, and we're hoping certainly that by the time our work is done, we will see the return of salmon and kingfishers and other aquatic invertebrates along the riverbanks. We generate, getting on for half of the electricity that we use at this site through the sludge digestion process and by running combined heat and power engines. And again, we've brought new technology to bear there by using an ultrasonic system to generate more biogas, more methane, to create more gas.
We've put a lot of care and a lot of effort into the parks, and one particular park is Lister's Park, and that particular park has won I can't tell you how many awards.
Look at the colours of the trees, the lovely splendid walks that are around, the avenues, I mean there's along the top there and across the bottom there, you know, it's splendid, it's wide, it's open, and there's a lovely little lake there as well, you know, so it's very nice indeed.
It's a nice park. We come here, a few friends, you know, every regular walk every morning and sit like we sit in there today and have a fresh air. It's nice.
In England, our native red squirrels are having a tough time. The grey squirrels was introduced to the United Kingdom from North America in around 1876. Its population has grown very soon since then. Now their population in the UK is about 2.5 million. The grey squirrels carries a kind of virus that is harmless to themselves but lethal to the red squirrels. Here I must add that the red squirrels are very friendly and harmless. The grey squirrels are larger than the red squirrels in size, as we can see the comparison on this picture. The grey squirrels has driven the red squirrels out of their original habitat. And here is the picture of their habitats in England. As we can see, the red squirrel has been driven up to the north of England. The grey squirrels are getting cockier in the cities, refuses to admit that they are just squirrels and consider themselves humans. Here is a short video showing the squirrels in the park dancing Michael Jackson. However, we recently found black squirrels in the UK. At first we thought that it was the mutation of the grey squirrel, but it's actually another kind of squirrel that originally escaped from the zoo and populates itself in the wild. Now they have successfully competed with the grey squirrels. And that's the overview of the environment in the United Kingdom. Thanks for watching. Bye.